they're psych.
It's giving cute e-girl, gamer girl on Twitch vibes.
That's what we always go for, you know?
It's true what we always go for. Okay, how do you want to introduce ourselves to
Do we wanna
the
do like
universe? Wait, okay.
I like how we're doing this on
She's
the spot.
cooking. Well, it usually comes naturally to us. So obviously,
I say, I'm Natalie, I'm Jeanette.
you're Natalie and Jeanette?
Yeah, both of us.
Okay.
And finally, 5 o'clock somewhere. Welcome to the Yappy Hours. Boom! Mic drop.
Oh!
Oh, I'm kind of like...
Why am I like shitting myself
I
right
have
now?
my stage
Okay.
fright all of a sudden.
No, it's okay. It's not even. They're not even real.
It's not even a stage to be
They're
frightened
just
of.
there were-
Do we have to like absorb this
Okay.
first mentally? Hold on. Okay, so we're gonna open and be like, hi.
Okay. I think we're good. Dude, I'm shitting myself.
Why is this so
Okay.
nerve-wracking?
It's not that serious, but it is that serious, and that's why it's that serious. Bars.
Okay, wait,
Okay.
hold on.
Okay.
Okay, fucking whatever, let's just do it. Sharpay Evans it. Hi guys, welcome to our first podcast. This is super exciting. We're really excited to get started doing this. But anyway, just to start off, I'm Natalie.
And I'm Jeanette.
And it's finally 5 o'clock somewhere. Welcome to the Yappy Hours.
Yeah.
Hopefully in post by this time we'll have some sort of little jingle, but
True.
in
A little dude to do.
just because we don't yet, we're gonna sing our own little do. What is it? We're gonna just
Yappy Hours.
Yeah, I don't know. This podcast, we've been talking about it for a while and we're finally doing it. I think we're not sure what it's entirely gonna be yet, but we're just gonna talk about some shit because we like to yap for hours and that's why we're here.
It's true, so we might as well make some money off of it.
Exactly.
Something.
Exactly. So, I mean, I don't know. We kind of just are going to go with the flow, have some topics. We're kind of going to see, since it's our first episode, we're not really 100% set on what we're going to do. But
Yeah. We're
just gonna
kind of
see.
just seeing where it goes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, dude. Like, we have been talking about this for how long now? Gosh.
Dude, like, I think the idea first came along briefly, like, at least a year and a half ago. At least.
Yeah.
Where we were like, oh, haha, podcast, and then...
You know what it came
it's
from?
like, now what?
We had, like, YouTube. She has a YouTube channel.
It's true,
I'm
yeah,
starting one. And her and
Oh,
hers,
fuck.
we have a couple videos together
Mhm.
going.
Oh,
where we
yeah.
just
Mhm.
we just we just talk about shit,
Yeah.
and we're watching it. And we're like, I could listen to us gab.
Yeah.
Not that we're like,
We were like, yo, we're kind of the shit.
yeah, like not that I'm like super into myself or whatever.
Whatever.
But
But yeah, no, we have this, like, I think it's the latest YouTube video, actually.
yeah,
But we have this YouTube video on my channel where I don't know, we were just, like, talking in the car and whatever. And we were like, why we low-key got shit to say?
exactly.
It's, like, the logistics of it, I feel.
Yeah,
It's, like, because like, a podcast in theory is, like, all fun and good. Where
yeah,
it's like, oh my god, yay, a podcast. And then you're like, oh shit, like, we gotta figure out, like, audio. We gotta figure out where we're gonna film
which
it.
we
like,
just
light
did
it.
for.
It's true. I was, like, genuinely breaking a sweat. I can't even, like, cap right
Exactly.
now.
But I think we're finally doing this after genuinely so long of just talking about
Mhm.
it, and
And I don't think it's gonna be, like, super, like, it's not gonna be scripted or anything for sure, but it's not gonna be, like, super scheduled down to the T or anything, but we do have, like, stuff we want to, like, talk about and, like, touch on and things.
because like I said, the whole point of the title is because that's how we are.
Exactly.
We
We
will
really,
yap.
yeah, we really do. Like,
Do be yapping.
thankfully, editing exists because, girl,
It'll go on for a while.
It will.
Yeah.
And I think we know, especially with this first episode, it's going to be like 6 hours of footage.
Oh
Or we're just
gosh,
like-
because we're not gonna be able to stop.
Oh,
That's
for
okay.
sure. Once we start, we don't stop.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What do you think? Because I think our first we're kind of just gonna catch everybody up on
talk
what we've
about
been doing.
yeah. What
And,
are
our
we
most
doing?
recent,
It's a real question.
our most recent like hobbies. Because for us, while we were like, we could do that podcasting stuff because we're bitches that like
Mhm.
have too many things we like. We like a lot
Yeah.
of stuff. So there's things that we can kind of just go off of and yap about and.
I'd say we kind of do it all. Jack
we're
of all
definitely
trades.
a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
We're amazing.
We're better than everybody
yeah,
else.
no one can stop us.
Unstoppable, never been done before.
100%.
Invincible, just light stuff like that.
100%. So I think for us, we were getting into where our main topics would be.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I think the forefront of our minds is music.
Mm-hmm.
There's music. There's always music.
And music
there's-
never ends.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
There's gaming.
Mm-hmm.
There's anime and manga and that
Clock
whole
it.
realm of
Mhm.
things.
Mhm.
Clock it.
Clock
speak
it. Speak your truth.
There's also fantasy novels,
Mm.
which I'm sure I could talk about at least for
She knows a thing. or
very
two.
long time. I have so much to say about all the popular book things.
Mhm. And we'll get you into some of her latest reads for sure.
For sure. Because you also
serious.
Because the thing about you and I is we are hyped on anybody's
Oh
favorite
yeah,
thing.
for sure. Oh for sure. Someone could start talking about apple pies and we'd be like, yeah, and I told them.
And you know what? The crust was even scrumptious as you say.
And I told them cinnamon belongs in apple pie.
I know, and you said speak on it.
Speak on it.
And vanilla ice cream for sure.
For sure. On some warm apple pie. Don't even get me started, bro.
Yeah. A side quest of this conversation is apple pie and all the pies we like. How do you feel about
That's
lemon
what
meringue pie?
Dude, I actually love lemon meringue. Are you a lemon meringue?
I am, but my dad is like, that's
I'm
the
not-
Antichrist. Get it away from me.
Dude, I think it's an Italian thing.
Yeah, pie all the way. Cake is just not it. It's too much.
It's too much.
It's doing too much.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't need all that. Keep all those layers to yourself. I don't. Well, also, okay, we're not streamers. Neither of us are streamers, but we are huge fans of streamers. So I'm sure we'll mention that at some point.
I would
we were
love to
watching
stream,
and shit.
but it does seem
Me too.
frightening to me. Anyway.
Well, yeah, because you're like there's no editing. I feel like that's the main thing for me. Like if you say something stupid, you
On
said
there.
something stupid, bro.
For also,
Yeah.
you know what I've been diving into with streaming, just out of not even my own want, but just
like
because I've been
curiosity.
forced into it.
Oh yeah.
Because I fall down a rabbit hole on YouTube, and then I'm like, where
She said
am I 5
Wikipedia
hours
grabbed
later?
me by a stranglehold, and there's nothing I can do.
100%, and it's people get fucking doxxed.
Oh
on
yeah,
streams.
yeah,
Like
where they
that-
catch your IP address.
Yes,
oh,
or
for
they
sure.
get swatted.
Mhm.
That is
Oh, for sure.
terrifying to me.
Dude, yeah, things get wild on the streaming side of things. Like that's like such a whole nother realm of content creation versus like the whole like edited and prepared stuff.
But speaking of, I said K-pop streamers. Speaking of K-pop, I wanted to mention this new song. As if you've heard of Kiss of Life, but maybe they haven't. There's this K-pop group
If you know, you know.
called Kiss of Life. Oh my god, they must have come out like 2022,
Probably.
but like I think late maybe 2022.
Yeah.
They're like a combination of girls from all these different big K-pop labels. Because there's like the big three, I guess four because of Hybe. There's like the big three essentially, which is like JYP, YG, and
what was the other one called?
Oh,
I could like
JYP,
picture it in
YG.
my head too. That's what's SM.
SM, and then I guess you could say 4 because of Hybe now.
Yeah. Technically, I guess Hybe is a big one now.
Yeah, because at early stages of K-pop, I guess they were. Anyway, I digress.
I digress. We won't get into the nuances.
But everyone is 4-girl member group, and every one of these girls came from like JYP, YG, SM,
yeah,
Hybe.
like a big three.
Yeah, they all came from it. Different kind of departments, whatever. Like the one girl was a composer, the one girl was a dancer, all of these things.
They kind of like handpicked.
I really zoned out there.
Okay.
I went to a different planet. No, I brought them up because I also want to say what I had told you before of like, I think they are not going to get the treatment they deserve via audience because
for sure.
of like just the nature of at least K-pop or just music or media in general. If you have a platform and you start from a platform that's already like a bigger starting point, and there's a bunch of groups who are now coming out at the same time who come from bigger, this is a very controversial take, but bigger like companies, and they automatically start with like an upper hand because
they have those connections, and like other groups have gone through the ups and downs before them in their company, and their company's prepared to deal with those issues.
Yeah, and they also have like the marketing strategies and everything already set up for them, and it's very interesting to kind of see the dynamic. Yeah, I think everybody check out Kiss of Life. They're a very interesting group, and they do put out stuff that is consistently very fun to listen to. And they have the performance and the technique of people who have been doing it just as long, but with not as much
for sure
political like standing because they're not from a big company.
They really actually came out of the gate kicking too.
Yeah, they
like
did.
Their OG stuff from when they were debuting was so well done.
100%. They're very interesting to watch. I'm so like curious as to the dynamics of K-pop groups and like.
No, me too. You know, when they're like, oh, these idol members hate each other, and you're like, how do you know that?
Yeah. Well, I think too, like people underestimate a Sasang because Sasangs can be doing
that's
some
true.
wild people stuff. Like,
wait, should we tell the story about our Sasang interaction at the concert?
oh yeah, how I was
Bro,
seated
that's great
beside
to
a
tell.
girl.
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
god. Okay, so we went to go see Yoongi. When was that? Last year in the same time, March time.
Which you would know
If you were an OG fan.
If you were an OG.
We went to go see him, and it was in New York. And we went for a weekend. We flew out to New Jersey to go see him. The show was in New Jersey, but we went for a while to go see New York. Anyway, we're sitting in the stadium getting all ready for the show to start, and I get chatting to the girls to the left of me. They see this.
Right, yeah. they dox us.
I literally. And she was like, yeah, I've been to every single one of his shows. Ever. in the last
bank account drained,
literally,
and that was when he was like a good portion of the way through.
Yeah, so like New Jersey was like a few shows past his starting day, because I think he started in Asia.
Yeah,
no, he ended in Asia. He started in like LA or something.
Yeah, he did. I don't know.
But regardless, it was at least 4 or 5 shows.
Yeah.
After he started, and I was like, and all across the states.
Yeah, no, he was everywhere. Like the amount of stops that he put in that tour was insane.
And I was like, dang. And I kind of at least came to the conclusion for myself that I was sitting beside people who could maybe be categorized as saucing. And then I was like, damn, that's crazy. I don't know if I have that time or dedication for anything or anybody.
No, I don't even have that time or dedication for my own life, bro.
For anybody.
I've literally never once been like, wow, time to commit so much on my money. First of all,
like if you're paying for my flights, that's a different thing.
Bro, that's a real. And you're also not even getting anything out of that. Like you're not a groupie or anything. Like
you're just seeing the exact same set over and over and over and over.
You're just like breathing in the pheromones, I guess. I don't know. And it's not even like they were like literally like right at barricade or anything. Like they were in like a section.
I don't know. People are really dedicated to. People become really dedicated, almost like. It doesn't even almost consider being obsessed as obsessive.
Oh yeah,
because the parasocial in K-pop is very like
it's definitely so much worse than like in Western media, because we still have that, but it's because like celebrities are usually given the chance to like kind of have their own lives or whatever, and like it's not that serious if they get in a relationship, but it's so much different for like K-pop, because like anything they do is like an insult to the fans.
Yeah, it's a pretty specific genre to be into.
It's wild,
but that's true for other things, because like books, like no, that's fantasy true. Books, like a lot of the marketing for fantasy books, obviously there's like a female main character and like
it's the storyline and everything.
But like it's always like,
but they're selling you a fictional boyfriend.
Truly, because tell me not all of the ACOTAR novels, people aren't reading them for those 3 scrumdiddlyumptious bat boys. Or as I say, every single High Lord, every character male that's in that series, you think of, damn, that must be a hot person.
And I know there's not that many hot people in close proximity to each other, so that's how I know it's fiction.
That's how I know it's fake.
I know your whole friend group isn't
hot. 5 minutes I can find someone hot. That is not true, because I live within 5 minutes.
Fucking track.
Yeah, I have to live within 5 minutes of people that are all look like trash cans. So how does that even? How are you telling me that that's fantasy or real life?
That's what I want to know. Your whole friend group's hot. Lies. I don't believe
You're hot. Your friend group's hot. Your mama hot.
Your mama hot.
No, but speaking of a book we both just read. This is a book, Bride. We just both read this book called Bride, and this book was all over my TikTok.
Give us a synopsis. What was, like, without ruining the plot or anything? What's the book about?
Why can't you give a synopsis?
Why do I have to give a synopsis? Okay, fine. Okay, so the, like, premise of it, I guess, is the main girl is a vampire, and...
Starting off on a really good note.
Starting on a really great note. And the love interest guy, or like the other like main character guy, he's a werewolf, right? Yeah. Werewolf.
Well, they call them, I guess, wers.
Like werewolf. They were.
It's a really metal.
It's okay. We will say some of the like terminology and stuff in the book kind of gives you like major ick every once in a while, where you're just like, oh.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm never gonna ever... It's kind of used in a lot of books there. It's obviously because there's werewolves in it. It's very alpha, beta... Whatever the frick. Alpha, omega, whatever.
The, alpha, beta, omega dynamics.
The R2-D2s are really just...
Dude, no. There's some points where you're just like, okay, that was a lot for both of us.
But the thing is the things they say are, like, gonna across the board be in stuff that is...
it's not specific to that book in the slightest. Like, you're gonna find it in fanfic, and you're gonna find it in...
reference...
Did you see how much mental toll this is taking?
They reference the main guy, he's the alpha, and they reference him.
Sorry, I'm gonna throw up.
You could never get me to do that, no matter how hot you are.
I'm not doing that shit.
If anybody asks me to call them an alpha, I'm gonna ask them what furry shit they're on.
I could literally never make me, though, real talk. Real talk. If they had thrown one singular moment of them being like, calling someone Omega, I wouldn't have finished the book. I really wouldn't have.
Yeah, I just would, like, probably moved on.
Yes, alpha? No.
No. But it is actually, despite all the cringe, it is pretty interesting read.
It was a fast read, too.
It is.
Like, I think we both finished it, like, real quick.
Yeah, it's not like a... It's not a series.
Like a standalone, and, like, a full story, too. Because I feel like a lot of them, they're planning for it to be a series, so they, like, leave a lot of loose ends. But I think... But I will say, low-key, the ending for The Bride... Parts of it, I was like, well, we didn't even wrap up the story. They were just kind of like, oh, okay, we figured it out. Okay, bye. But it was overall, it was actually, like, it was a good, like, if you're reading like a series and you have another series you want to read, it was like a good filler in between.
Oh,
to
for
like
sure.
take a little break.
Well, that's why I picked it
Yeah.
up. Because I am currently reading series-wise. I'm reading a few, but the longest series I'm reading is Throne of Glass.
Mm-hmm.
It's freaking long. It has, what is it, like 8 books or something? Yeah. And I stopped reading it right after Queen of Shadows because there's a tandem read. You have to read 2 books at the same time. Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn, I think it is. And you have to read them at the same time, so I'm kind of like prepping to read that because I'm like, that's going to be a lot for my little baby brain to absorb. So in between Queen of Shadows, I've read Bride. I read this book that I'm really excited. It's supposed to have more books coming. It's called The Fall of Ruin and Wrath.
Oh,
really great book. I read The Valkyries. I finished Fourth Wing and I'm reading Iron Flame. So I'm kind of, I think, and then I'm going to read another mini-series after that and then get into the rest of Throne of Glass. But I kind of needed this Sarah J. Maas break. Because I literally read ACOTAR and then Throne of Glass back to back. And I was like, dude, I need to like take a breather.
She was in her Sarah era.
Sarah era.
Wait, did you finish the Valkyrie book? Era.
No, I'm not going to say I DNF'd it.
Oh,
because I'm going to read it again.
Yeah. You just took a pause on it?
Because it wasn't something I'm looking for.
That's fair. That's not what she's looking for. Okay?
Doesn't have. It's more like history. It's like Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that's fair. Oh, yeah. Where they're just getting a little too into the lore, and you're just like, all right.
I need a sec. I need like a hot man. Really
they're
quick.
like back in 1940. Yeah, you're like, all right, where's the dicks?
I need I need another like hot man to like.
Yeah.
Because right now my hot man's Zayden. You know what I mean? I love Zayden. He's fine.
Dude, a shadow daddy's gonna do it for me every time.
Every single time.
And we know this. And we know this.
And that's the thing. The marketing on the book world, they have caught on to like the fact that a hot, tall, tattooed, dark man who's gloomy and emo and literally so sad all the time and he just needs cuddling, like that guy, is going to.
I need me a piece of it.
Exactly. Unfortunately, they do only exist in my psyche.
That's true.
Because I don't intentionally look for men that I have to save, but somehow I always find them.
It's okay because I can fix him. That trope specifically was for me.
The I can
fix him trope.
Oh, can we talk about, because we were saying how, no spoilers, but a situation like in a couple books we just read of like the everybody knows but me situation.
Yeah.
I really, that whole idea of like everybody knows but the main character, regardless of how justifiable it is, because in certain books, like the book we were talking about earlier, it makes sense. Like, it's understandable.
In the grand scheme of things, logic-wise, it makes sense that they don't tell the main character.
Yeah. But as a person who, if it was me, if I can place myself in that situation, not knowing, and then everybody else kind of knowing and also sort of talking about me, would drive me to insanity.
Oh, for sure. And also just the whole aspect of you're doing stuff because you think that this is the end goal.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, this is why I'm doing, this is my drive to like do this stuff. And then you find out that it's completely different than everybody else knew. Come on. Yep. Like, tell me that's not going to piss you off.
Well, yeah. No, it would. Especially if you're like me, who's like who's like completely self-conscious in every single fucking way.
And then realizing, oh, okay, so everybody's just talking. And then that makes you be like, okay, so were they lying about everything else? Or are they lying about some things? Or are they only lying about this? Or are they lying about it all? Like, do you know what I mean?
It's not even for me, too. It's like, that is weirdly, like, I can get behind, like, the mismatch of, like, communication and trust. But just the exact moment of, like, finding out that everybody knows.
And just, like, the embarrassment of it. Yeah. Where you're just like, fuck.
It's like, just like,
y'all really don't fuck me.
Exactly. That whole idea is just like very.
Yeah, that was like one of the books that. Well, yeah, that was one of the books that we just read a little while ago, and it was like, I don't know, and people were saying that they were like, I guess. Well, actually, I didn't know this. Natalie told me, but people were saying that like the main character goes on and on about that too much.
Yeah.
And it's like.
Or she's being whiny.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But it's like, who wouldn't be like upset about that? Like, real talk. Especially if it's in front of everybody. I feel like that's my main thing. If that happened to me in front of everybody, dude, I'd have to kill myself.
Yeah.
I'd have to end it all right.
Yeah. But I like, no, 100%. And also just like, I wouldn't even describe her as being whiny. Maybe she does like dig it into the dirt a little bit. But I'm like, I kind of think it's also justifiable, just as justifiable it is for them not to have told her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But also like, I mean, in, like, spoilers, I guess, but like in A Court of Silver Flames, that was the one thing that really got me about that book. I mean, I love that book. I love that series, but there's I have a lot of opinions and critiques with the last book specifically.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Just things I love, things I don't love. But the one thing that I really was like irritated by was the main character. She creates a bunch of mystical, magical sassy weapons, and like
Sassy weapons.
she doesn't know, and everybody else knows, and they take it upon themselves to decide whether she should know or not.
Yeah.
And kind of discuss her.
Mm-hmm.
You read the scene where they are discussing her.
It's like going over her head, essentially.
Essentially.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, they don't trust her enough to believe that she wouldn't do bad with those weapons. I'm like, okay, she has... Girlie has some issues. We're aware she does.
It was one time.
It was a phase, guys. Like, but like, they assume that she's going to try to like harm them.
Yeah.
Which is, I feel like a bit of a hop, skip, and a jump.
Well, yeah. From like, oh, maybe she had some like qualms with us earlier to like, she's probably going to kill us with these.
Exactly. And they also throw in there, you should take to the High Lord guy to Rhysand. They're like, you should take the weapons and become High Ruler of all of the land. And I was like, first of all, not your weapons. Second of all, not your place. Third of all, no one wants that. Don't even ask.
Exactly. Nobody wanted that to happen. Okay, I don't know whose idea that was because it wasn't mine.
Because she does find out that they kind of discussed her and discussed whether she should find out about the weapons or not. That point made me so sad for her.
Yeah.
Because like the concept of people talking about me and everybody knowing about it except for me.
Yeah, no, I agree, because it's just like the whole, like, well, because then everyone's looking at you and being like, wow, you didn't even know.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know.
Actually, now the more I think about it, the less I'm on board for it.
Well, it's just like, I don't know, there's something about it that really irks me. If someone wants to tell me what it is, I'd love...
If you're a psychologist, let us know.
Let us know what
let
it
us
is.
know what that means. Does it mean we're traumatized?
Yeah,
probably.
It probably does. I mean, we are.
Probably.
But in so many ways that I can't even decipher anymore. So.
I feel like, is that the main books that
we've
really
indulged
talking
in?
about?
Yeah.
Indulged.
I mean, I would love to talk more about Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, but I feel like I don't want to, because you haven't gotten to Iron Flame yet.
Oh, yeah, no, I haven't.
So.
I have like 30 pages left on Fourth Wing.
Yeah.
Or like 35 or something like that.
I don't know, there's
So
something...
once I'm done. Are you done Iron Flame?
No.
Oh, no.
I still have a few chapters to go. And then maybe that's my one critique I think I said to you too. Is like, I'm like, when is this going to end? Because I feel like there's shit
still
that keeps...
talking?
Like, literally. Dude, I'm like, god damn, like, let's put a top and cork in it right now.
Dude, that's so real. I feel like some authors get carried away with stuff like that because they don't want the critique of like, oh, well, no one knows what's going on because there wasn't enough world building.
No, but that's what it was giving. Is very much like, there are things that I'm like, I enjoyed reading, but I also on the same hand, I'm like, this didn't need to be in the story.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, when is this going to end? Because shit keeps happening. That I'm like, and then it gets resolved, and then it happens, and it gets resolved, and I'm like, is this book? I'm just gonna end up in Mary Poppins' fucking Bag of Wonder because I'm just gonna keep going and going and going and going and going. And like, I'm like, gosh, I feel like I've read that so many same variations.
Oh yeah, where it's the same conflict just in different fonts.
So that's where I'm at. I'm enjoying it, but I'm like, let's wrap it up because I do feel like the book could have been ended at multiple points, and then it could have been in a different book. Yeah, things could have been in a different book. Yeah, because there is a third book coming out next year.
Oh, that might have been why she like panicked.
Because she only came out with this book last year, and then this one came out this year.
Oh, and they might have been pushing her to like put out a book. Or something.
So she like wrote it really fast, and that's fine. I guess like
we'll let it slide just.
But also the thing is, the writing's not bad. People are like critiquing her like the writing's bad, but they also read ACOTAR, and I'm sorry, love ACOTAR, have it tatted on my skin, bitch. Still not the most amazing book I've ever read in my whole life.
Like literary wise.
Yeah, literary wise. Like there's definitely more books
sure.
that are written better, world built better. Even by Sarah J. Maas, there's stories she has that are the world's built better. The characters are more developed. But ACOTAR is huge. Fourth Wing is huge, and that's not to go against their writing at all. It's just how it is.
I mean, as professional authors ourselves.
But they also were talking about doing, with these books, speaking on how big ACOTAR and this Fourth Wing are, because Fourth Wing only came out last year. Yeah. They're talking about doing shows. Now, you've read part of ACOTAR. And you've read
like TV shows.
Do you think
I don't know
why
I immediately was like theater shows.
Did I turn them into musicals?
Yeah, dude, I low-key hop on that. He's like,
but it's not like period piece appropriate.
It's like, so I stole his girlfriend and then I took her to my garden.
Oh my god. I didn't tell her she was late. And then
I lied to her and then she painted my cottage and then we fucked on the couch and we fucked on the couch.
She can make it a soup. And then it's like Tamlin's, it's like, once I was afraid. Like the opening sequence of the most. I just saw this clip, that's why I'm thinking of it. But they do Material Girl, but it's like horns,
but it's on like
violins and beautiful music.
Wind instruments.
They should do. I actually would get behind it if they did that in like a ACOTAR series. It was like modern day.
Yeah, I could get behind that. So so they're trying to make it into, or they're thinking of making it into a TV show.
Yeah.
Here's my beef. Where are you gonna find someone that hot in real life? You're not. You're not.
People are never gonna be.
You're not.
Fans of the books.
I won't be.
Have an image in their head about what these characters look like.
and it's not physically possible, unfortunately. I'm picturing 8 feet tall, built like a god, 18-pack, loins of steel. Have you seen the ACOTAR balls?
Like
wait, like balls. Look,
Friends? Or Chandler's little like... That's what I'm thinking of when you do that.
I just wanted to learn
Chandler's little like fucking... A beeba-doobie?
No, the ACOTAR, like, they're like these...
Yeah, people
you've seen
cosplay
those?
and they go to...
Have you seen those? Have you seen the like, people that they, like, hand-pick
to
like,
be the night court? Yeah, I know, dude.
That's when I was like,
See, the
first of all, why do you get to be Rhys Sam?
Yeah,
What
who
if
the
I
fuck
wanted
said
to be
your
Rhys Sam?
favorite?
Yeah. Who said you look like her? Maybe I look like her. Bitch.
Yeah.
And it's always the same demographic of people. Not to make it political, not to drink a sip of haterade. But it is. And okay, another controversial point. I said this in a TikTok comment section, and a couple of people were like, nobody freaking asked you. And I was like, fair enough, but I told you anyways.
I'm sorry, they posted it on TikTok? I'm allowed to.
Yeah, no, literally what I said, bro. And what did I say? I was like, why is he walking like that? Because the guy who was supposed... Sorry,
you know what's about
I just remembered this.
I know what fucking video it is too.
But no, dude, he was walking like he had a dick up his asshole. And I was like, why is he walking like that?
Not a peen up his bean.
Bro, what? Dude, no, and he was walking like that, and everyone there was like, oh my god, Cassian. And he was like...
Because he's trying to be this buff 6 foot...
And he was neither of those
but
things.
he's a fucking strimpy little 4'1" boy.
Dude, and I was like, why is he walking like that? Valid observation.
You literally shot someone in the head.
Valid observation. Everybody in my comment section, nobody asked you, do you have a 6-pack? Could you be that strong? And I was like, what did I do?
What
did I do? At the end of the day, I think those balls are cringy. I don't care.
Well, the thing is, I can get behind, and I will attend one day in my life, a fantasy ball.
Oh, okay, but that's different.
They don't have the whole TV show-esque night court setup. It's literally just come as your favorite fantasy character, dance around, and get drunk.
And also, what if I wanted to be one of the inner court characters, and now you've just ruined my costume for me? You think you get to just slap on a pair of wings?
Yeah, I wonder if it's the people that organize the ball that get to be the inner circle. Maybe that's how they do it.
Can you
even
stop
still,
making good points? I don't know.
No, but even still, I don't care.
That's what I'm saying. Like, still you suck.
Because it doesn't make you better than anybody else just because you have the money to make this happen.
Literally. But that's what I didn't like. I didn't like that, like, why do they get to... And then they parade through the ball like, oh, we're Cassie, and no, you're not.
No, you're not.
You're not Cap. Show me ID.
Show me in bed, too, because that would be really interesting.
I'm gonna need to see every inch of your body just to be sure.
To confirm.
Just to confirm. It's for science reasons. But no, that was my beef. I was like, you're not hot enough to be doing all that.
Can we talk next episode about spirits and ghosts?
Oh yeah, let's make it spooky.
Because I would love to do that. Because I would love to just dive.
Dude, I'm so down. And also, I think we both watch like a decent amount of like supernatural content. Like, do you know what I mean? Like walkthroughs of spooky houses and shit.
And like horror.
Those are my fave. Oh, and horror games. Should mention your YouTube channel gaming.
Oh yeah, because I mean, when I do my channel, we can talk about what we're doing on our YouTube now.
Yeah.
Sorry to totally jump topics here, but I talked about ghosts, and now that's all I'm going to think about. But don't. Sorry, what were we talking about before that? We were talking about the fantasy balls.
Oh right. Okay, so we were talking about them making the ACOTAR books into a show.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't think they'll ever emulate it right. I think the only way that I can see them maybe doing it is if they animate it. Honestly, I'm for team animation.
Okay, same. I'm always a team animation thing, but also because I feel like you can get the ethereal, otherworldliness kind of vibe. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't think you're gonna get that with real life people because we're just real life people.
Yeah. Especially
with the whole like makeup set, like.
Yeah. The only big book right now that I could see them maybe making a good show is only if HBO does it, and it's Fourth Wing.
Oh, yeah.
Fourth Wing?
Dude, Fourth Wing could be fire.
Yeah, Fourth Wing I think they could do as a TV show because they did Game of Thrones, and they did Game of Thrones really, really well.
Game of Thrones came out beautifully.
So they can obviously do Dragon as well. Fourth Wing as a series on TV is much more doable, I think, for costume, for design, for physical appearance of the characters, for even physical appearance of any fantasy characters, aka dragons or whatever else.
And even set, too.
Yeah. it's more doable than it is with ACOTAR. Because that world is so much and so widespread, and there's so many different beings and so much going on, you have to make it movies almost if you're even going to try to emulate the same sort of...
I don't think there's any way you could get the amount of detail that I think she puts into those books into a TV show. Especially with how short episodes are nowadays.
Like Fourth Wing, like I think Fourth Wing base level is like these kids that go to a college. The college is based around dragons, right?
Yeah.
And there's some mystical powers and stuff. But that's really it.
But it is all very down to earth. Like it's like the majority of like the conflict and stuff, I would say, outside of obviously the dragons and everything, a lot of it is very down to earth, what you'd expect from just a regular university or a regular college.
And yeah, I think there's like sex and there's all this stuff. Like I think it would be very like I just think it would work well and be much more appealing to audiences and easier for people to understand.
Yeah, without having to know all this lore.
Exactly. And Fourth Wing could be a series.
And I would support that, and I'd hop on as creative director if they ever were looking for someone.
Well, 100%.
Run that out there.
But in terms of actors, I wanted to get into, like, I because people like to cast who they want to be as these characters and who they want to see as yada yada. People in Book Talk, regardless of what book it is, where they're at, who it is, whatever, Henry Cavill, Superman, is gonna be there every single time. Like he's always
fine specimen of a
truly,
man, bro.
Well, you got onto the TikTok comments thing, and that's what made me think of it.
Oh yeah.
Because I did a TikTok comment, and it was on a video of his, or like an interview of his for this new movie he's in. I can't remember the name of it, but he's in it with a bunch of other British actors.
Oh yeah, I think we're.
And they're talking about how Henry Cavill always stands up when a woman enters the room. And I commented, and that's why Book Talk is so in love with him.
Because dude, him in The Witcher. Okay, him in that blonde, it's like white, whatever situation he had going on.
Oh, I know.
Fuck me.
Like he's in every Book Talk thing ever. Like everybody wants him to be Rhysand. Everybody wants him to be something.
And I think it's also because he's so jacked, bro. How
he's 6'1"
is one person that tall and jacked?
And what I can like really actually respect about him is he's not doing season 3 of The Witcher because they started to diverge. Yeah, sorry.
It's okay, words.
Tried to diverge too far from the original series because it was a book, then it was a video game, and he's a huge video game guy, which is so attractive to me. So he's a huge video game guy, and because they started to turn away from that so much, he was like, I'm just not going to be part of it.
Yeah, and you know what? Shout out to him. Not like he needs the bread, anyways.
No, he's Superman.
Literally.
Like, he's good. But
Dude, he's had some insane roles, real talk. He's probably got some bank under his belt. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted.
And, like, The Witcher, speaking of video games, is a video game that I used to play when I was younger. So it's very interesting to see it now as a TV show.
That's so fun, because it, like, comes full circle.
Truly. Because I never read the books. I would love to read the books. But there's a lot of books in that series. There's, like, 8 or something. But, yeah, the video game... When I do my YouTube channel, I want to do regular vlogs and stuff because that's just fun. I enjoy watching those, so I want to enjoy making them. But also, I want to do like the old school like video game setup on YouTube, like how people record their screen and their reactions. It's not streaming. You can stream on YouTube, but I want to just do
like the actual edited videos of it.
Yeah, because that's fun
like the ones where they have like the little like the recorded screen up there or the reaction up there, and then the big screen is like the actual game.
That's like the OG thing, and I want to do like a whole Resident Evil run through.
But that would be so fun though, like video game walkthroughs of any kind, but like horror movie games and like stuff like that.
Because I love me a good horror game.
Let's get do it.
Every time. Do it. Like there's so many games that I would love to do, just play for myself, but also doing it for YouTube would be fun because it's something you enjoy doing. It's much easier.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like I feel like your videos are very much because you just like love.
I just like to talk.
I was gonna say that, but I love that you said it for me, so I didn't have to.
I just like to yap, and it just works for me. I feel like, I don't know, like you said, it's a lot of, like, just what I'm, like, kind of feeling, like, doing in the moment. Because I feel like when I'm, like, oh, I want to make a YouTube video, it's like, oh, I'm gonna go, like, dye my hair, I'm gonna go see this movie. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just stuff that I think appeals to the people that are into the same, like, kind of stuff than I am. And things that I, like, think they would like to, like, come along and see. And I like the long form of YouTube. Like, I like that it can be a longer video and people actually watch it.
Yeah.
Versus on, like, TikTok or something.
Yeah.
Where, like, videos need to be, like, 30 seconds or else nobody's watching that.
Yeah. I think for me, when it comes to my channel and your channel or whatever, in this specific podcast, TikTok will be a platform for, like, promotion.
Yeah, I don't think we're huge TikTok people.
No, I still will post like the fun little TikTok.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But like I think for like when it's in reference to this type of stuff, it'll be more like a promotional thing. But yeah, no, I think in our next pod we'll talk about some.
Yeah, we'll get a little spooky with it, perhaps.
Paranormal shit, what we're doing. Hopefully by then I can post some YouTube. I'm also moving. Fuck. So at some point we'll have a different setup, but for right now,
we will make it out of the hood, y'all.
We will. You'll know because it'll say.
We made it out the hood, y'all.
Exactly. All right, but I think for now that might be it.
Yeah.
First,
that was good. We did it.
First
podcast. Let's go.
Wait, one minute.
Wait.
All right, peace. Thank you for watching. This has been really fun. I hope you guys tune in every single week.
Yeah, baby.
It's been great.
Did it.
Bye.
Bye.